China is a country with a rich and vast history, ranging from emperors to dynasties to a wall and to communism. China is known for housing over 1.3 billion people. That means that around 1 in 5 people in the whole world are Chinese. China is in deep trouble. This large population means that the nation needs energy fast, but they can't really use non-renewable sources because, well, yeah. China thinks that they have found their alternative energy source in a hydroelectric dam called the Three Gorges Dam. But the truth of the matter is that this dam has many social, environmental, and economic repercussions. First of all, the citizens of this country have suffered a lot from this dam. When the dam was being built, 1.2 million people were displaced. To put that into perspective, that's more than the entire population of 78 countries. And these countries are household names like Niue, Liechtenstein, and Saint Martin. You know, your typical touristic attractions. Anyways, these floods also caused 13 cities, 140 towns, and 1,300 villages to flood. The worst part, most locals weren't even given proper monetary compensation. Not only were homes flooded, but archaeological sites were also destroyed. Historical architecture, natural land formations, and ancient cities are now submerged in water. Look at this statue. Now look at another one just like it. Except this one is submerged completely. And this happens with several artifacts just like this one. And you might think that this is all worth it, since everyone is now having the opportunity for energy. But that's not true either. You see, the energy generated by the dam is meant for use by the urban population, which means that people in rural communities won't even benefit from the dam's energy. China's economy is also suffering greatly from this dam. The infrastructure, plus the giant log for carrying river, plus 26 power generators, made the dam have a final price tag of $27.19 billion. Moreover, finding new homes for people whose towns and villages were flooded added cost to the government. Overall, China's Three Gorges Dam, including resettling the 1.2 million people displaced and reconstruction, costed $37.23 billion. For the government, this was a lot of cash, but they're more worried about future costs. The increased flooding has damaged the soil of farms and will continue to do so, especially to a projected 100,000 acres of land that account for 10% of the grain supply, 50% of which is rice. When this huge portion of land is gone, the government will need to import food into the country, which is costlier than homegrown food and harder for people to buy. Not only that, but natural disasters are also of concern. The dam weighs an astonishing 72.3 million tons, and that's simply counting the concrete. All of the generators that are within the dam weigh an additional 6,000 tons apiece. The problem arises with the amount of water rushing through the dam at every moment of the day. This substantial weight has been causing landslides and tremors that have killed people and destroyed homes. The government is seriously cautious and understanding of the fact that this dam could result in a multi-billion-dollar earthquake or another natural disaster. Finally, we're on an environmental class, so let's talk about nature and all its beauty. Except the blowfish. You're hideous, no one likes you, not even your mama, okay? Okay. Anyways, one of the reasons the dam was constructed was to control floods that threaten the Yangtze Delta every summer. The project, however, resulted in the flooding of more than 1,000 nearby towns and villages. Logic. Many of these villages had lands utilized to farm, yet many were flooded and unusable. Rice cultivation lowered, and irrigation became a far more difficult task. Humans are not the only ones affected. The destruction of habitats and the pollution of water also forced animals to migrate. Yet, many of these animals actually died, since the dam prevented fish from spawning upstream, thus diminishing their population sizes. This has had a negative impact on the local fishing industry and on the fishermen who depended on these fishes for a living. Every animal that fed on these fishes had also seen a decrease in population size, and the pollution created has negatively impacted the whole of the Chinese ecosystem. So, I have presented my evidence, but it is up to you to make the wise decision to oppose the Three Gorges Dams, to restore order and justice to the Chinese people and safety to the Chinese environment. Isabella Castillo was responsible for research on social impact. Alex Amador researched environmental impacts, while Rod Farhang researched economic impacts and wrote the script alongside with me. I was responsible to edit the video and to do the voiceover. Thank you for your attention.